Zaneta Szymanska.
Nice to meet you.
Why did you decide to be a database engineer?
The IT work is perfect for the parents, perfect for the woman. I really recommend to have the infrastructure as a code. Oracle brand is something which is you are 100% sure that you get what you feel, what you know, which is the best.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Well, it's another good day for a fruitful discussion. Welcome to the 4th episode of the 2nd edition of our post-time project. Today, we're going to talk about women in IT, cloud, and the importance of database for companies. Welcome and enjoy. Hello everyone, I have another special guest with me here today. She's an Azure and OCI engineer and a senior Oracle database administrator at Infopulse. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome Zaneta Szymanska.
Nice to meet you. I'm really fine.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, absolutely. It's my absolute pleasure. And you know, every time I come to Poland, I have the opportunity to speak to pretty cool people like you. And
nice.
Despite the bleak day outside, I'm sure that we're going to bring some sunshine in the studio here today.
Of course, like it was yesterday, yeah? 24
Yesterday was quite warm.
Yeah, it's quite warm.
Climate change. We're definitely going to have a nice conversation, I'm sure, but we're going to talk about your experience in the IT sphere. Your resume is endless.
Thank you.
We're also going to touch the topic of you being a mother of 2 children, a wife, how do you time manage everything, and just, you know, to give our viewers a little bit of information about you and maybe take some value in their own personal life that they can implement as well.
I will be really glad to share my experience, my work-life balance.
Super.
And what I'm doing after work.
After work. So, as you can see, between us we have a lottery-like game. Every bowl is filled with a question. We're gonna shuffle, you pick a bowl, give it to me, I read the question, and then we begin a discussion.
Okay, I got it.
So, ready to begin with the game?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Let's shuffle. 2, 3, 4, and yours is the honor.
My turn.
Let's see what we have.
Yep.
This is the first question for Jeanette. Seems like a pretty long one. Your colleagues say that you're a very active and energetic person.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of tasks at work, at home, and at the same time you find the possibility for education and certifications. What are your secrets to time management?
I think my main secret is about my partner.
Okay.
It's my main secret.
Teamwork.
Because, yeah, teamwork. Teamwork, it's something which is not only at work, but also in the family.
Okay.
In the family, the teamwork, especially when we have kids, and we need to also focus on them, on their education, and we need to be like a good team organization, like a good corporate, I can say. So my husband is also working like a DBA, Oracle DBA, and so we have a lot of topics together, and we need to take our space together. So we need to take each other the space. And the secret is not only the organization, but also with that exactly the space. That we are not stopper each other. If one of us needs the time to spend to learning, to increase the knowledge, we have it. Yeah, we do everything.
Also.
Yeah, communicational. We do everything what is needed to increase. Also to growing up, also at the work, in our careers, but also growing up like a parents.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, this communication, this partnership, it's something which is crucial.
Do you implement some of those, let's say, soft skills from work into your personal life, like organizational skills, communication skills?
Yes, sometimes we're doing some scheduled, of course. Yeah. We have a full calendar.
Exactly.
like the Teams calendar. It's full of my meetings that we have a calendar like Google Calendar or even this paper one.
Yeah.
And a lot of points in that. To be ready to change each other, to change the roles. Yes. Sometimes we are roles like an employee, like an career roles, and sometimes like a parent's roles.
Do you find it easier to focus at home and to do your... Because for me personally, I need an office.
Yeah.
So I guess I feel more, let's say, focused at the workplace. How is it for you?
I have my desk, you know,
Okay.
so I have my working place at home. But I used to working remotely before I started at Infopulse.
Yeah.
So it's something, when a pandemic started, it was something natural that I stay at home and working at home. Even it was better for me it's working at home than at the office, because at the office you have a lot of breaks,
Exactly,
for example,
exactly.
a lot of small talks.
Exactly.
Yes, and sometimes you want to focus on something and you can't focus because it's a coffee break or the lunch, or someone go to your desk and ask for something and the mind was going out of what you want to focus.
I guess it's easier to manage your time a little bit better when it's at home. You're your own boss, let's say.
Yeah, exactly,
Perfect.
exactly. I own my time boss, yes. So it's also the work, in IT work, it's also the work like an task work, task working. So of course, this 8 hours per day you need to work, but you can, for example, take a break. So you can start even earlier if you need it. You can going out of the working hours, and when you need, for example, some break in the middle of the day.
Perfect.
So the IT work, it's perfect for the parents, it's perfect for the woman,
Exactly.
especially woman who has children.
Well, I think we covered that topic much long enough. So, ready to move on with the next question?
Of course,
Perfect.
sure.
Have you encountered Oracle database migrations to Azure? What could you recommend to those who want to do this?
I can say that it depends. It depends on the customer and customer needs. Because if customer wants to have a hybrid, and I will prefer with that kind of solution, the hybrid environment, because in Azure we don't have the platform as a service. So it's something like maybe not autonomous, but more automatically solution for databases, and we don't have that kind of feature, that kind of service, resource in an Azure for Oracle. We have it for other kind of databases, like Postgres, like MySQL, of course SQL Server, but not for the Oracle. So what I will suggest, if of course customer wants to have the hybrid environment, is to keep the databases, Oracle databases in Oracle Cloud.
Okay.
Create the really fast connection between the Oracle and Azure. Using the data centers which are close together, the closest together, and connected fiber channel network, and stay an application, anything out of the databases in the Azure if they want to have an Azure also in their scope. But if this is something like an infrastructure, monolithic infrastructure, only not a hybrid, they want to only use one cloud, and they want to only, the customer wants only use the Azure.
Okay.
So only solution, which is for me the best option, it's to keep in the VM. It will be like an on-premises. On-premises also you have the virtual machines, for example. You can keep in the virtual machines the Oracle and manage it like on-premises, or the cloud solution will be really similar. Of course, someone can say, okay, but Oracle introduced some feature, some portal to connect to directly Oracle Cloud, like we have for Databricks. But that features are limited. Limited for only a few kind of resources, like autonomous databases, like database as a service, but not every database as a service also is limited. So, and of course you need to buy license from the Oracle Cloud, because the physical location of your databases will be in the Oracle Cloud. So I think the best solution is create that hybrid. If this will be also the same in the background. So in the background you will have the same like using that portal. Or if you want to have monolithic, only virtual machine.
Understood. You know, I love it when I don't say a word and you explained everything perfectly. Thank you for this thorough answer. I'm sure that it was very helpful for our specialists. And ready to move on with the next one? Hello guys, I have a special task for the most loyal post-time viewers. I need you to count How many times has our brand name, Infopulse, been mentioned during the whole second season? Whoever gets this right will receive a special secret box from me at the end of the year. You want to shuffle? Or you
Yeah,
I
can. I don't know that I'm good with that, but
let's go.
okay.
So you picked blue, white?
Okay, so right now orange.
Let's do an orange. So the next question for Zaneta is, don't be the same, be better. This is your life credo and your slogan on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
do you do to be better every day? You personally.
My personally, I don't want to stay in the same place.
Okay.
Mentally, and maybe physically it depends because I stay in the same apartment every day. But yeah, mentally, I don't want to stay in the same place. I want to continuously learning, continuously growing up with and developing myself. It's something which I don't imagine to do anything else. Even when I will have 60 years old, I don't imagine to go to some retail or
retirement
retirement.
No.
I don't imagine that. What
It's
I
not
will
for you.
do. No. I need to still learning and still improve my knowledge. Still do something more.
Would you say that you're an open-minded person?
Yeah.
The world, let's say, is your library, and you constantly want to learn new things, new languages, new places.
Yes, new languages. Yes, I started the Spanish, as
You started
I
Spanish?
mentioned.
¿Cómo
Yes.
está?
Yep. Maybe
¿Está bien?
not. Está bien.
Okay.
Right now I'm more stressed. So, but yeah, but I started and I also want to grow up in the technical way, especially in the technical way, because the technical way I see myself in the technical person in another till the end of my life. Yeah, I can don't see any life for me, any other life.
So you feel true passion for what you do.
Yes, I'm doing everything using my passion. It's my hobby. It's not only my work. I every time say this and underline that it's my hobby. It's something that I'm going to the work and I work in because I feel like relaxed at work.
Yeah.
So it's something what I really like to do.
Well, you know what they say: if your work becomes your hobby, then you really don't work a day in your life.
Yeah, but it's not exactly true. Yeah, it's not exactly true. It's in IT, I think, and if we doing something in a passion, it can be any better. Yeah, any better solution if you do something and you love it. Yes.
That's the dream.
So yeah, maybe it's not your work, so you not feel like at the work, but you feel like you will be doing some hobbies. You will be doing some that you love, that you like.
Have you ever felt that you're basically in a flow state of mind, and that when you start talking about your work or when you start working, time passes by so quickly?
Yes.
1 hour turns into 3 hours.
Yeah, I have this experience and these feelings every day.
Yeah, every day.
Every day. That of course I'm an organized person, so I like to have my schedule at the day. So every day I starting the day in the same way, I can say, at work. But later on, it depends. If something call me, if I have another meeting, or if I have some spare time and I can learn. Yeah. So I'm not using the spare time for doing nothing, I can say like that, but every time learning. And
so even when how do you relax, let's say? Can you sit by the pool and not do anything?
No,
it's impossible.
Pool, no. Maybe I like the drama, the crime stories and something like that. But every day I learning something. Yes, I learning something about the technical things. It's not like I stopping working. And this is all for that day. I spend something at least 30 minutes, 1 hour to learn something more. And I have that approach from the elementary school.
Okay,
yeah?
Wow.
So from the elementary school, I have the approach that every day I'm learning something. And I
what
think
did you
it's
learn
a great
today?
Today, today at the morning,
I
started from the Postgres SQL Patroni tool. which is
Okay.
a tool for managing the cluster.
Okay.
And I haven't working with that tool before. I saw that that tool can be really useful when we are talking about the cluster managing and about the monitoring as well and managing PostgreSQL. So I also have a time before our conversation to learn about that.
Well, Zaneta, it's really easy to talk to you when you speak with such passion about what you do. So I wish to
you.
every viewer of ours to be like you, to find their passion, to be persistent into finding it, and hopefully, you know, they don't have to work a day in their life.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I think this is the best option for everyone, for every person, if the work is a passion.
Exactly.
This is something which is unbelievable, that people, it's unbelievable lucky people, I can say. We can move.
Let's go. What does a database mean and what types of them do you know?
The database mean...
The meaning of database.
Meaning of
the
database.
meaning of the universe.
You know, when I started learning about the databases and someone explained us what the database mean, they said, you need to think about the book. You need to think about that index after the book. So the databases or the tables, it's something like a pages on your book. And when you want to really fast search something, you need to go to the index, check on which page you have some information. So it was that kind of comparison to the book. But right now, the similarity, it's quite different, I can say.
And what kind of similarity do you mean exactly?
The similarity to the book, there's something which is close to that database is something that the book, or something to the Excel. Another explanation of a database, that database is something like an Excel. You have tabs, you have the rows, columns, and cells.
Okay.
And it's similar in the databases. But right now, the database world is something more than only relational databases. So in relational databases, traditional databases, like for example in Oracle, but Oracle also changed every day, almost.
Really?
Every version, I can say like that. Maybe not every day, but every version changed. It's something other approach, because we also have the NoSQL databases. And NoSQL databases can be like a documents databases. So you have the full documents which you can check, which you can write, which you can read, yes. And of course, sometimes it's a transactional, so you can use also some transaction approach. But sometimes it's a documentary databases when you will, or where you cannot put the approach of the transactional database. The transactional database, like MongoDB, it's a key value, like a JSON. You can put the transaction. Of course, it's not the natural for that kind of database, because it's no SQL. It's something. It's almost schemaless, we can say, which is different approach than for the relational databases. But yeah, right now, databases is something more than only the Excel tab. The rows and the columns and the cells. We can have the schemaless databases. We can have the databases when you can put everything what you want. Databases growing up like a cloud, but maybe slower, but still it's changing every time, and we have a lot of different kind of databases. We have a databases which you can pay a lot for the license, like an Oracle, of course, and also the commercial database like a SQL Server. But we also have the open source database like PostgreSQL, MySQL. We can use some open source version, but we also have possible to buy some enterprise version. Like for the PostgreSQL, you can buy some enterprise version from EDB, and you will have the support. We will have the other features, advanced features, which you don't meet in the commercial version.
Well, for someone who doesn't know anything about database, I think you explained it to a dummy. So thank you for this breakdown of the database.
You're welcome.
Ready to move on?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's imagine that I'm a business owner. What size should the company or the data be so that Oracle is needed? A small business owner, let's start with.
Small, so I don't know that Oracle will be needed.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Because the license price. Unfortunately, I want to really recommend Oracle, because Oracle is really easy to manage, especially when you have a lot of features for backing up the databases, to manage or to monitoring you have another feature. You have a feature for high availability disaster recovery solution, so data guard, reapplication cluster. This everything what I think the company needs, but of course every that part is separate license. So when you are a small company, I think you should start from open source.
Okay.
You should start from open source database and like for example the Postgres and the commercial version, because from the beginning that open source database will be enough. You don't need really advanced feature. You can use, for example, this patron to the clustering. You need to focus also on growing up on your front end also, so the application, and you need to focus on how to grow up your business, especially. So if you don't have a lot of money, at the beginning of your startup, for example, I think first focus on how you put the security things, network, storage, compute, developing application, and put the databases maybe behind a little if we are talking about the price and about the cost. So choose that open source. Also, it's good to check if you need relational databases or non-relational databases, or for example, NoSQLs. Because as I know, a lot of developers feel really good to using this schemaless databases. So like MongoDB, like Cassandra, like Redis, when you can put whatever you want and it will be not in that schema. It will be not limited you only to organize your data in the tables. So also, for example, if you have a movie, or for example, put a movie or music or anything, a document, a big document, it's also good to think about some non-relational NoSQLs. So about Oracle, first focus on at the beginning of company, or at the beginning of your
entrepreneurial way. Leave the database a little bit behind. What about when we switch? When we're talking about a big business? When
big business, If we are talking about a big business who wants to grow, if you are talking about a business like an energy business, like a banking, of course, banking will have really strict securities, have really strict SLAs. So the transaction needed to be really fast. I can recommend Oracle. They need to think about also the storage solution like an Exadata, because it will be something which which the company will feel confident when they are using Oracle with the support. And of course, it can be some license, it can be pay some license, so it will be not a small cost. But still, it will be something which is secure, which you will 100% sure that you have the proper transactional database, especially when you have the transactions, banking transactions, for example, or the clients, customers at the high level, like really production factory transactions. Really fast database, Oracle, yes. Of course, some companies also using the SQL servers. It depends what companies needs and what kind of environment wants to build in. If they want to build in based on the product, Oracle product and database product, it's good to use then Oracle. For example, besides the Oracle, can use something like Oracle Business Intelligence. So it's not only one product which can use. But some companies focus on the Microsoft products, so stay and choose the SQL servers. And this is also a good idea to have the SQL servers, but Oracle have that brand. The brand, Oracle brand, it's something which is 100% sure that you get what you think, what you know, which is the best.
Perfect. Well, let's hope those small business owners become big business owners.
Of course.
And then move to Oracle.
Yeah, exactly.
And now, a special question from our Infopulse expert.
Hi, my name is Vadym Popov. I work as an enterprise cloud architect for Infopulse company. I have interesting questions. Currently, many companies are building their security strategy, including business continuously and disaster recovery solutions. It's very important because today we have a lot of risks and we must minimize this risk as disaster, natural disasters, security issues, data, provide additional data protection. My questions is, which scenarios can you foresee for combining the capabilities of Oracle and cloud to build BCDR strategy? Thank you.
Did we surprise you with that question?
No,
It's easy for you.
It's quite popular question.
Yeah.
Because every company wants to have high availability and disaster recovery, especially disaster recovery, something which be done in the data center.
Okay.
They want to be sure that they have the backup. Yeah?
The backup.
So regarding the Oracle and Oracle Cloud, if we how to combine, or for example, what we can use. If you are talking about an Oracle databases in Oracle Cloud, I really recommend I can say the PaaS solution, but it's not exactly the PaaS. It's something between the PaaS and infrastructure as a service. So platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. Because it's a database as a service. And I really recommend that kind of solution because it's more automated solution than when you build that databases in the VM directly, in the virtual machine. And what is also really good when we compare how fast we can implement the disaster recovery and the high availability as well. Because here in database as a service, we can create it really fast using, of course, the Terraform. Probably we have if we have the cloud, we should have, I really recommend to have the infrastructure as a code. Because it's also the backup for your infrastructure. Not only the backup for the databases, but also keep and have a backup for the infrastructure. And it's pretty easy to push the button, few fields, and you will have the disaster recovery solution. For the database as a service. You can choose like a bare metal or the virtual machines, or for example, the Exadata. So Exas, yes. So Exadata cluster service. It's also popular, especially for the big companies who wants to spend more money, but who wants to have a really fast, like a flash transfer of data, and it will be really fast to get a data from the Exadata, because usually Exadata keep the data in the flash, in the memory. When you have something, some database, some tables which you need to have and ask really fast, or also this question to the database, it's common question. It's usually good to have this Exadata. So Exadata has the flash memory. You can put a big table in the flash, but of course it's more expensive. Also in the Exadata, even in the base infrastructure, base version of the infrastructure, you have 2 nodes in a cluster, so it's redundant as well. As I mentioned, in the Oracle Cloud, I recommend the database as a system, because you can really fast implement the high availability and disaster recovery. If you want to keep that, for example, you don't want to spend money for that almost PaaS solution. You want to keep your database in the virtual machine. So you need to implement another virtual machine. The similar environment. Put connection between that 2 virtual machines to have the replication. So a lot of time you need to spend to create that disaster recovery. So when you decide to have Oracle Cloud and to have the Oracle with disaster recovery and high availability solutions, I really recommend that database as a system.
Perfectly. I think we answered our secret special expert more than enough. Should we continue?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's keep on building. Why did you decide to be a database engineer?
At university, I had seminaries about the databases. And I remember that I don't really like that seminaries because it was really strict to theoretical knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, it's only on some laboratories we have this experience with the practical experience, but the practical experience was also only copy-paste what you have in the whiteboard to the computer. Nothing special. But my first work, I decided to work really close when I passed university, the location where was a university. And it was not many jobs for engineers. I wanted to be like an engineer or the developer. Even at that time, I didn't know what exactly I want to do in the IT, of course, in the IT. But I didn't know that I wanted to go to the developer's path, the programming languages path, or the engineer's path. And I found the job offer from one of the Polish bank about that they are looking for someone from Oracle and also for reporting especially, so the developing, more the developing. So I said, why not? I can try.
Yeah.
And of course, during the interview, I had a lot of questions about exactly the bank, institution, or that shortcuts which we can meet with the bank. But also the questions about the SQL, so PLSQL, about the Oracle, and I passed, and I got it, and I got this job.
Perfect.
So, and this is my at the beginning, and
the rest
started.
is history.
And rest, it's something that I've been a few years SQL developer, even SQL, but SQL it's mean the Oracle developer. So I'm coding in the PLSQL, in the SQL. But after that, I decided to be more engineer, to go to that path, not the developing path, but to growing up with the world which is at that time was more the man world, because the developing world even at that time became more and more women also. A lot of women when started adventure in an IT started usually from the tester or from the developing experience, but I like challenges.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So I decided to go and to be administrator, to be an engineer. So I changed a job.
Yeah. And is it now a little bit more popular for women to be
engineers?
Yeah, exactly.
No, unfortunately. No? Unfortunately, still it's that developing, the programming. It's something that they usually start from. And it's not every time. Of course, I also met and still meet a lot of women, a lot of girls in my area. So, but every time when I start a new job, every that time in a team, I only one woman, I only one girl. Yeah. So it's mean about something. It's mean that it's not popular area, IT area that developing. Maybe because the courses. Yeah, because we have more, when I see in the internet it's a lot of more courses, a lot of more trainings, a lot of more encourages women in IT, developer, programming languages courses, testers. Maybe it's easier, it's the starting in that area, it's easier than starting in the administration area. Yeah. But as you see in my path, in my career path, I also started as a developer, but I thought, I thought that it can be more interested to create the infrastructure when the developers will use, not be a developer which using that infrastructure, but create it. So be a previous earlier in that path of the infrastructure.
Do you think that this can change the situation? That
the popularity. I think it can be changed, especially we see this at university when more and more women, girls decided to study the IT. So some of them will probably decide to be the administrator. As well, when I saw in the administration area, database administration area, some girls, it's usually SQL Server administration. I think it's easier maybe for starting in the SQL Server administration than in the Oracle one, because, for example, I using the black-white terminal console and putting that commands. It's more easier for me and faster to do this than using some GUI.
Yeah.
And in the SQL Server, like in the Microsoft, you have the window, you can click, you can put the next in the patching, and everything will be okay.
Yeah.
In the Oracle, it's a little bit complicated, and maybe this is some showstopper. Why girls they are not motivated to start that kind of area, to start working.
Understood.
Here. But of course, when starting working in other area, it's always time to switch.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the IT world offers enough opportunities to
and right now it's even more popular to be like in DevOps or to combine together a lot of skills. So you can be like a developer, but at the same time engineer.
Exactly.
You can be the operational, but at the same time working with the projects. So put together a lot of combinations of that job or IT area together. And I think that's right now the most popular approach when you want to find a really good job in IT.
Perfect. Wonderful answer. The Oracle company offers its Oracle Cloud.
Yeah.
Can you give us some interesting cases of how to use it?
How to use the Oracle Cloud? I participated in a really nice project. It was the project which was a mix of designer, architecture, and developing implementer. I can say like that. So everything, every stage of the project regarding the
What was the name of the project?
IT. It was the project to prepare the infrastructure in the Oracle Cloud for the migration, Oracle database migration to one of the Scandinavian company. And that person needed to implement, design, architect, implement everything what is needed to create a hybrid solution between, for example, the Azure, other cloud, maybe also the on-premises, and the Oracle Cloud. And I've gotten the empty tenant, like I say, or some things was left after the proof of concept, but I removed it. So we can say that empty tenant.
Okay.
And I was asking that maybe I will design from scratch, from the beginning. Everything.
From scratch?
From scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a whiteboard.
That's brave.
Whiteboard.
Okay.
So, of course, it was the first really serious project in Oracle Cloud. Really challenge. Of course, I used some Oracle support, but Oracle support only advised me. It's not something that create behind by half of me. So create the infrastructure.
They only give you advice. You have to do it on your own.
So everything what I learned during that project, everything what I learned a lot of from the documentation, and I put in that project. A lot of months, I can say, to adopt my knowledge and increase my knowledge to be that my quality of knowledge will be enough for that project. Yeah, it was really worth that time, because I learned a lot. I think I learned something like an 80% what I'm after that know about the Oracle Cloud.
80% from that particular project?
For that one project, because I not only create the database servers, I needed to create at the beginning network, storage.
Because you started from scratch.
Yeah, exactly. Network, storage, identity, monitoring, auditing, everything, yes? From that. After that, also the vulnerability, some scanning, the database monitoring, and the resources monitoring in the Terraform.
I think that's a perfect example of when we mentioned earlier that when you put yourself in an uncomfortable position,
Yeah, this is
how
a
to do it.
comfortable position.
And you were definitely applied what you learned
Yes.
at the university?
I was really
How to
afraid
fix
at the
it.
beginning. I was really afraid, and I thought about that I should agree on that position, on that project. I should even take it because it was a huge challenge.
Yeah.
And I thought that I will not have enough knowledge, but I like challenges.
Challenges do not scare you.
Exactly.
But as you said, 80% of what you learned from that project?
It's with me.
Exactly.
It's with me. I'm going and I'm still improving.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ready to move on?
Yeah.
Let's do it. What should be done to encourage women to enter technical universities and choose technical professions?
Maybe the best encourage will be this flexible time that you can working remotely
Yeah.
and have a time for your family.
It's a huge benefit.
Yeah, it's a huge benefit. I think this is the best when the woman think about also the family in the future. Yeah, to have children.
Yeah.
So it's really beneficial to have that possible to remotely working.
Yeah.
And this will be the best encourage. Another encourage is that you have a lot of you need to, of course, a lot of learning. You need to learning continuously. It's not maybe something which is a positive way for some people, but you feel really good when you do something and you get from the customer feedback that it's great. It's great
Yeah.
job. You did really great job. Thank you.
Makes
So
it
this, this graduation from the customer, it's really also nice.
Nice.
To have it. So you have that motivation to do something more and more. If you want to grow up and develop yourself with a new skills continuously, of course, you need to think about a lot of courses, probably certifications.
Exactly.
If you want to be a good candidate and put in your CV, especially for the new employers and for new companies.
So what about the companies? What do you think that the companies like Infopulse can do to motivate the ladies to obtain more technical certifications and to be better technicians in that area?
Yeah, it's especially some webinars encouraged by providing the courses for free. Usually the providers has gets opportunity that assigned some free courses for the company who assigned the agreement with that provider, for example, Microsoft or Oracle provider. It's a chance to growing up using exactly that, for example, courses.
Yeah.
Of course, some compensation for the exams, which are not so cheap. So this is something which can encourage.
Yeah.
And of course, asking in which direction the specific person wants to go. Yeah. And advise that maybe that direction, and also explain what that direction the employer, manager see that person.
Yeah.
In a positive way, of course. It will be really motivated for that, especially when I see that women are less motivated, are something like they don't see that they are really good technical, also can be really good technical people, yeah, and they can grow up and
Grow up.
growing up with that technical things, and
Perfect.
this is something like the best option what the companies can do
Understood.
for the women.
Perfect. Let's move on.
In IT area, especially in the cloud, you need to continuously learn. And I have a question, especially for you. What do you do when you want to be up to date with the technology, with new features? Please put your answers in a comment below of that video, and I have a gift, which will be a contact with me. And we can talk about an IT, about work-life balance, and whenever you want to talk regarding the technology. If you like this video, please make a like. And if you want to be up to date with new videos in that channel. Please subscribe it. See you.
It's going to be, what do you know? Could you share or recommend the sources of information that you use to follow the news and influencers in your professional field?
The sources. I have a lot of YouTube channels subscribed.
Okay. Give us something.
Give something. Every provider has their own YouTube channel, and I recommend that kind of YouTube channels because they provided information about the webinars. They usually have recorded the webinars and inserted in the YouTube channels. So when you want to be up to date with the Oracle, I recommend to follow up and check the official Oracle YouTube channel. The same about MongoDB or any other provider. Of course, we have a lot of specialists who created the content on the YouTube with the tricks, tips and so on. And usually the information about that channel, sometimes the blogs, forums, you can find in the community. Every provider has their own community. So you will have the SQL Server community, the Oracle community, and when you start your certification path, your courses path, you probably 100% sure that you will get notification about where you can find that community, how you can learn more about technology and improve your skills. It's 100% sure that in any course which you participate, you can find it. Another thing, because it's not enough.
Yeah, of course, it never is.
No. Another thing is the platforms like e-learning platforms.
E-learning,
E-learning platforms like an Udemy, of course, one of the most popular. Pluralsight, Cloud Guru, for example, if you are talking about the clouds. So, yeah, of course, each of that platform probably you need to pay something, but you have a lot of discounts, a lot of events with the discounts. So, for example, on Udemy, every week I saw some discount, and you don't need to pay, I don't know, the €50, but for example, the 10 euros for the same course when you buy it during that discount period of time. So, yeah. I really recommend that kind of area when you want to have more information about technical details. And what's more, asking also some colleagues at work.
Of course.
It's also a good idea.
But they have to go to the office then.
Maybe not exactly. Right now we are using the Zoom, Skype, Teams, Slack. So also learning from the people with whom you working, every day. So
perfect. We've answered all the questions. We answered the technical question.
It was
from our
fast.
expert. So I have, because I did some research on you, and of course, despite given your resume and your database experience, your just specialty in all this area, you're also not a professional, but let's say an enthusiast in astrophysics.
Yeah.
How did that begin, first of all?
It was during the university when I have a lot of classes, I can say, or courses at the university, which was your choice. You need to choose what you want to learn exactly. It can be something like you can choose the psychology from other part of the university or the department, but you can also choose, for example, from other technical or non-technical area. So I decided to put together learning, so studying another specialization with that kind of courses which was your choice. Yeah. So in one kind of specialization, it was something which you can choose. In other specialization, it was something obligatory.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I decided to choose astrophysics. Why? Because I remember that I participated and I love with that seminary. It's a seminary with Alexander Wolszczan. Probably you know this astrophysics, and who is in Pennsylvania University working. And he was also some seminary in Toruń.
Okay.
University of Nicolaus Copernicus in that Toruń. And I decided to participate in it. And it was a really pleasure to him to hear how working the astrophysics, it's really close together, the math, the physics, how go together, and that astronomy, it's everything what around us, and we are from the star, as you know, probably.
Course.
We are from the star, so it was really nice.
Transfers a little bit to my additional question, which is, you know that NASA introduced the additional 2 other zodiac signs, Ophiuchus and Cetus.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I heard about that.
As an astrophysicist, enthusiast, lover, however you want to call it, do you believe that these zodiac signs have anything to do with the character of the person, or his fate, or just his overall presence in the world?
I can say that I not believe of that.
No, you don't? Okay.
Not believe of that.
We're going to have a lot of people that are going to be, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Based on astrophysics, it's something based on the math, based on the physics. It's a science.
It's science.
It's science. And zodiac signs, it's something like a
little bit more ideological.
Yeah, ideological, but also that someone saw some signs in the sky and decided that someone who is born when the sign is in the specific phase will have that sign, for example, and will have some specific skills or behaviors.
Okay.
But it's not exactly like that. Of course, I have one sign which is when I heard about my characters, which I should have.
And what zodiac
Aries.
sign? Me as well.
Yeah.
So please, continue.
And sometimes it was close, because we can usually stubborn people.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But also we can open-minded people, and this is also really what I have. But I think it depends on person.
Yeah.
It can be during the same period of time can born someone who will not stubborn, who or who will be some shine maybe, some not. Maybe some introvertic then, because I'm really open-minded. I really like to learn about the new cultures, meet new people, and I don't imagine that I can be like an introvertic person.
Exactly. No, I cannot imagine being an introvert.
Yes, exactly. And the Aries exactly that usually the person, they are not introvertic. But I, for example, I know the person who is the Aries, and it's really, it's something that it's not like me. It's an opposite, my character. So, how I can believe?
Short question is no.
No, short question is no.
Astrophysics, as you mentioned, it's science. It has to be proven. It has to be
theory,
factual knowledge.
It can be proven. It can be, you have a definition, you have a theory.
Yeah.
So, everything is based on the sciences.
Okay. So, Jeanette, we spoke for a while. We covered a lot of different topics. We also touched on a personal level some things. And I'm sure that we gave our viewers great value, some information that hopefully they can take home and implement in their own professional and personal life. And from one areas to the other, I would like to thank you for being here, for your participation. And I'm sure that we're going to see each other in the future again. And as a sign of my appreciation, I would like to give you this small present.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate for the invitation and that I can share with others my thoughts about the woman in IT, about how to be a technical person, how to also put work-life balance.
Perfect.
And I think it will be viable.
It definitely will be, and hopefully this present keeps you a little bit warmer during the upcoming winter.
Yeah, for sure. I will check.
Thank you.